Welcome to the Shopify LLMs.txt blueprint. In this quick little video here, I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to, first of all, create your LLMs.txt for your store, what you should include and what you should not include, how you should write up all the information, more importantly, how to check that document to make sure that it's getting processed properly by the LLMs and AI chatbots, and finally, how to actually deploy it to your own Shopify store. Everything here is pretty much documented with a screenshot, with the step-by-step processes. I just wanted to add some more information here with this video and pretty much just explain to you how you can do everything in a little bit more information, more context. Now, I will not actually be going through a store just because I don't have a live store available to me right now that's available for us to implement this on. So bear with me as I walk you through everything, but I think it should be pretty self-explanatory because everything is documented with the screenshots and everything like that. So I think we should be good to go. So first, what is LLMs.txt? As I mentioned previously in the video where you actually requested this blueprint, LLMs.txt is just a text document that essentially tells AI systems like, ChatGPT, Claude, Perplexity, Gemini, and so on, what the store does. It specifies the most important collections, most important products, the vision of the brand, those social channels, and it's almost like a sitemap, but for AI chatbots. So just like you would have a sitemap for Google and other browsers, this is a sitemap for the AI chatbots. So it just ensures that we are feeding AI the correct information in terms of everything that's important about the store and about the brand. The actual document lives on yourdomain.com/LLMs.txt. And if you currently open it up since May 20th, 2026, Shopify actually auto-generates this document. However, that document is mainly optimized for Shopify, for crawlability of your store. It's not really meant, it tells more about your store instead of, it tells more about Shopify instead of about your store. So it's not really ideal for you, it's more ideal for Shopify. So let's just say it like that. And why it matters to have our own custom LLMs.txt, it's again just to tell and explain to AI systems what we actually do and what we sell, what our store is about, and who we're, let's say, targeting with the store. Now, the process in terms of how we're going to go about implementing this is to first use the template that I'm going to go through below to collect the information from the store. This is our own internal SOP, so I'm just adjusting this as I go. In this case, it's from the store, not from the client, because you're going to be the one that's implementing this. You will actually create all of the resources, and you're going to create the structure of this LLMs.txt document, and then you're going to deploy it. I went with the easiest route of deployment, which is through one of the apps that I really like to use. I've been working with these guys pretty much since the start of my Shopify journey back in 2018. And these guys are really, really good with the app. So I usually just deploy everything with the app because it's much easier and it doesn't require you to be super techy and finicky, as Shopify does lock away some of this functionality, unfortunately. Now, when it comes to the actual file template, here it is, and I'm just gonna walk you through. Down below, you also have the actual example for one of our clients that we did. And let me just kind of jump into the template structure. So pretty self-explanatory, but first you're just gonna include your business name. If you're unsure about anything, again, refer to the client example below. And what we're gonna do here essentially is first we're gonna describe what you sell, who you serve, any additional info about your target market, geographic scope. So pretty much we're just giving a very brief but very targeted description of who we serve, what we do for them, and what's the main goal essentially that you're solving with your products in the case of Shopify. The about section is just going to be one paragraph of additional context about your brand. It can be an interesting fact that allows you to connect better with the customers that you often want AI chatbots to reference and let others know. And also then we go into the summary field. For the summary, again, we provide more info about the USPs, so unique selling points, your target audience, and what makes your products unique, what makes you stand out compared to the competitors. So USP in a way. For the top collections, we suggest including maximum of 2 or 3. Here we have 2 of them. So what you would do is you would just duplicate this line and add the third one if you'd like to do so. If you prefer to go with 1, that's also fine. Ideally 2 or 3 though. So I would just put the collection name, the URL, and a brief description of that collection, what products it contains, and so on. Same thing for the products. I would literally just open up your Shopify store, sort by bestsellers, and pretty much explain these bestsellers and why, like what they are, the key features, and so on. In terms of what we don't do section, it's pretty much just what you don't want to be known for. So what you can do is you can just open up Claude or ChatGPT and enter your domain and ask, like, what would my store often be confused for? Like, so let's say you're selling garage doors, but you don't offer installation. You're only selling the garage door kits, the DIY kits. You would just say that you don't do installation, that you don't provide installation service, but you only offer the actual products, right? A buying guide, if you have this written up as a blog post, is incredibly valuable because, again, it helps feed the right information to AI chatbots, and it helps AI chatbots understand what is the right product from your store to recommend to the customers. So buying guides are very, very useful if you have those. If you don't have those, I would definitely suggest creating those, just because it's the key information that we do want to feed to the chatbots. For policies, most of Shopify stores will already have this set up by default, just because it's for compliance reasons. So you can just easily link your shipping and your return policy links in here. The AI discovery files, so your regular sitemap, which can be accessed if you go to domain.com/sitemap.xml, can easily be linked in here. This will also just allow the AI chatbots to find these. It's not a must. I just like to include it to have that handy for the AI chatbots, just so they can navigate through everything a bit easier. In the same way as we also always link the sitemap.xml in the robots.txt file as well. Again, it's just making it as easy as possible for the crawlers to receive all the information they need. Finally, social media is just good for crawling, because it's another thing for AI chatbots to crawl. So when we have the socials linked, AI chatbots can easily go through your Instagram, through your Facebook, through your TikTok, through your any social media profiles really that are beneficial, that contain content, that contain information about sales, about events, about anything that you're doing, because all of that again gets featured in AI chatbot answers, which again improves your visibility. Finally, your contacts, so your email, phone, and address, if you have a physical location especially, should be present on here, again, just because customers will often go and ask AI chatbots, like, how do I return? It will pick up, then AI chatbot will answer using the return policy. How do I contact them? It will give you the phone number. So this is just key information that you want to have in the file. Here are some other information. It's pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not gonna go through these one by one. The key parts are that everything is in block quotes, that you don't exceed 1 to 3 sentences, because again, as I said in the start, you don't want to go into too much detail because you can easily confuse AI chatbots. You just want to keep it short and concise and to the point. Everything else, I believe, is linked above and mentioned above that I just covered. No HTML tags, and the total length should be like at most about 100 lines. Here's the example of the LLMs.txt that we generated for a client, and you can see how everything is pretty much written up here. It's as close to perfect as you can get, so treat this as your North Star, let's say. And if you have any questions about it, feel free to just reach out to us, either to me directly, benjamin@goldenweb.net, or support@goldenweb.net regarding any questions. But most of these should be pretty self-explanatory. The validation, we have two processes to actually validate the LLMs.txt. If you're a developer, you can use the first way. If you like to play around with the code, and if you like to actually see how an AI actually understands the entire document, you can go with this method. Personally, I'm not too much of a developer, so I always try to avoid dealing with code if I possibly can. And I've also found this incredibly valuable tool, LLMs.txt really nice. And what it does, it literally just allows you to input the actual text. So you're just gonna paste the content that you have generated, click on validate, and this is going to allow you to check how the formatting looks, if the links are working or not. This is the block quote that I was talking about earlier, and pretty much it's just going to be a very easy way for you to actually check that everything looks good. Now, when it comes to deployment, this process is again very simple because of the Sitemap Noindex Pro app. Absolutely love this app. And what you're gonna do is just gonna install this app. You're gonna go to the sitemap section. Here, we also included two different screenshots. Shout out to my team for always organizing all of this information. So Sitemap Noindex Pro, you're gonna go to AI Sitemap, you're gonna enable it if it's not yet enabled, and you're gonna go to the custom editor. And inside of the custom editor, you're just gonna paste the entire document that you have just confirmed inside of the LLMs.txt checker, and you're gonna click on Save Changes. After that, you can again just open up the your Shopify store, so yourdomain.com/LLMs.txt, and you're gonna validate that everything looks fine. Here is the example on the store. This is how it should look. This is how it should open up, and you can again also use the actual validator to pull the file from here. So make sure everything looks good, make sure that everything's checked off, and that is pretty much the step-by-step process for the LLMs.txt optimization process. After this, I would highly encourage you to also look at your robots.txt file, make sure that all of that is properly set up. And of course, I do suggest that you take advantage of the free mini SEO and AI audit that we can prepare for you, where we will actually break down your store, not actually break it down, but go through every single piece of code that is crucial for AI chatbot understanding and crawling, as well as traditional SEO, as both are correlated and have a direct impact on one another. So if that's something that you're interested in, I will actually just put a link somewhere in here so you can take a look at that. Happy to just point in the right direction or assist with fixing some of these issues rather, if you'd like to take us up on that. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for signing up, and thank you so much for supporting all the content. Really appreciate it. And anything you might need, feel free to reach out to us and we'll be happy to help.